Hi guys, welcome to Learn Electronics Repair, and welcome of course to Car Booty time again. So what do we have to look at this week? Well, this machine, yeah, it's an AT machine, this one. We can say that pretty certainly because it has a turbo button. It's one good indication. This looks like an LED 7-segment type display. The button's completely jammed in on this one, but I suspect, in fact, I know really this is an AT machine. It has a very strange looking CD-ROM, but it's obviously broken. You can see that tray's broken anyway there. So it's probably just missing the front, which is why it looks a bit strange. And it says Comtex Pentium down here. So I'm guessing this is another one of those like Pentium MMX or similar ones that we had before. Socket 7. Yeah. I mean, there are older Pentiums than those Socket 7s, but I have to say I've never seen one. So let's have a look. You never know your luck, yeah? We can see on the back, it looks like we do have a sound card in this, but that could just be a bracket. Same as these. We have a LAN card, the graphics card. The fact the LAN card is there and then the graphics card pretty much tells me this is a PCI. It's not an AGP machine. It may be an ISA machine. I would imagine this probably has PCI and ISA on it. So let's have a look. I have to mention, by the way, I've never found one of those old Pentium 60 or Pentium 66 machines. It'd be really nice if I did, but I haven't. I had one myself back in the day, but that's the last time I ever saw one. And this one is no exception. This is another Socket 7 machine. Okay, so Socket 7, we can see it down there with the cooler on. That's fell out. There's a hard drive in this. Oh, this has an ISA sound card. ISA and NISA, yeah, when it comes to sound cards. ISA and NISA. So, I don't know what condition the power supply is in. I'm going to take this one apart, get it on the bench, be much easier to see what we have here. And then, let's see if it even works. Be very surprised if the hard drive works. I think that I hardly ever found one yet that did of this vintage. And here is the motherboard. So 4 ISA slots, one more than I normally find. AVX55C. It's quite unusual for machines of this vintage to have like model numbers on the motherboards. They generally didn't have. Something stuck down there, I think. Let's have a look. What's that? Huh. Well, there's bits of something on here. Not sure what that is, but I don't like it. Okay, get rid of that. And it looks like there's something down in this slot. Okay. Whatever it is, it's brown and looks unattractive. Okay. I doubt it'll stop things from working, but there you go. We have one PC133, a couple of Edo RAM, processor. Yeah. Looks clean, this. What else do we have? Well, we have a PCI LAN card, which is probably worth keeping with this machine because it obviously did work with this machine. I suspect newer ones might not. Advanced Logic Inc. Well, that's a bit of what I haven't seen. Oh, is that ALI, I guess? I don't know. Advanced Logic Inc. Okay. Oh, there's some more of this stuff. Do you know what I think this is? Glue. It's very hard. I think that's just glue. I think that's what went down in there as well. Creative. Oh, that's nice. Creative Labs. What is it? CT2980. Sound Blaster 16 or something? 1996. Okay, we can look at that. Oh, it says something on the back of it. Just the model number again. Okay, so we have that. Let's give this a go. So we have got a known good power supply. We can just power this up and let's see if it actually does anything. And by does anything, I mean like does something good, not just something spectacularly bad, yeah? Okay, let's give it a go. Okay, so we have the known good AT power supply. I've put the analyzer card in just to see if it does anything. I have a speaker attached. No graphics card at the moment. I was just going to switch this on and let's see what it does. Well, it's booting. So this is probably going to work. Yeah, it's asking for a graphics card. So we'll take that out. We'll put this in. I'll probably have to balance it on something to do this. Okay, we can see the monitor there. Let's go again. Blue lights on. And it's working. Okay, so what is this thing? 430VX motherboard. Okay, doesn't tell us what processor we have on there. We can have loop by taking the heatsink off, I guess. CMOS battery is dead. Right. So it powers up. Let's get the hard drive out from the case and let's see if by some miracle that's actually working. Okay, so here's the hard drive, Seagate ST31720A. This is 1705 megabytes, so 1.7 gigabyte hard drive basically. Nice big controller board like they had back in the day on there. It's unusual to find these actually working, but you know, we can give it a go. Jumpers are set to master from what I can see. 5, 6, yeah, it looks like it's set to master. Yeah, looking that way. I've attached a keyboard. I have a PS2 to AT adapter. I don't have a serial mouse. I really need to get a serial mouse. Actually, I should buy one from somewhere. I'll have to have a look. Can you buy them anymore? Interesting to find out. I'm sure you can. So, hard drive is attached. Let's have a listen to see what it does. It's spinning. It even sounds half healthy. 16 meg of RAM, 16 meg, not 16 gig, yeah. It's found the hard drive. Will it boot? Needs a CMOS battery, but Windows 98, so software a bit newer than the machine. Should have put the sound card on actually. Okay, well let's let it boot up anyway, if it will boot. There's no mouse. Well, I don't have a serial mouse and this doesn't have any USB. Must resolve that issue. It's doing stuff. Interesting, it's finding new hardware because this is the motherboard it was on. Maybe it's just finding the monitor, but it's saying it's actually a standard disk controller it's actually loading or installing the software for. Okay. Communication ports. Insert the disc. Well, I do have a disc, but I don't have a optical drive attached to this to do so with. Okay. Cancel it. There's the graphics card, the GPU, yeah. For end the installation of the new hardware, restart the machine. Okay. So we're in Windows. Let's shut this down and let's put the sound card in. Let's see what it thinks of it. What is it? Yeah, close Windows. Switch off the system, yes. Okay, switch off. This won't shut down exactly, of course, because it's an AT machine. It'll probably come with a message saying you can now shut down, or it just went to a DOS prompt. Okay, that's fine. So let's have a look to see if it recognises this sound card. I think it was actually in this slot, so I'll put it back into this slot. Okay, we can always attach my speakers and see if anything happens. Okay, the speakers are attached, making a bit of noise while it boots up. Okay. I've got them attached to speaker out. Maybe I should put them into line out actually. No, they've gone quiet now. Not detected the mouse, yeah, we know. Ah! I think we can say the sound card works. We can say that works. A little bit crackly, but could be a bad connection on the cable, actually, that. So, yeah, that sound card sounded, yeah. Okay, so we'll let it boot up. I'll shut it back down, then let's have a look to see what the sound card is. I'm not going to mess around with the menus on here without a mouse. I could, but I can't be bothered. So we can see what sound card we actually have, and we can also see if any of this stuff is worth any money. Okay, so let's see what it's worth. I've tried peeling this sticker off. It doesn't come off very easily. Obviously this is really helping the heat transfer, yeah. But it says SY022 on there, so I'm pretty sure from that we can figure out what we have. Motherboard we know, AVX upside down 55C, and we know what the graphics card and other things are. So let's have a look. So SY022 is a Pentium 133. The sound card I put in also 2980, CT2980. This is a Sound Blaster 16 P&P plug and play. That's what I thought it was, a Sound Blaster 16. You can see that these things are worth £30 any day, to be quite honest. There's a boxed one, look, open, sealed, 173. Shows people want to collect this stuff, yeah. So that's £30 for anybody's money any day. The graphics card is an ALG2032. Let's have a look. And this is sold listings, by the way, not for sale. These are sold. So, that, well, it's a fiver. It's not really worth bothering to consider that. The hard drive. So, it appears to be good. Has anybody bought any of these? ST31720 without the 9. Oh no! Oh, one there, 2450. That's not one. That's to replace it with a CFD, like a little card thing, a CF card. I have one, so that replaces his old hard drives basically. But somebody bought one. Yeah, 9th of September, 25 we'll call it. There's quite a lot of postage on it, so that's 25. The graphics card's another 30. That's 55. How about the motherboard? Again, I'm in the sold listing, so AVX55C. There's nothing there. Okay, let's add motherboard, see if it does, but I think it probably won't. Okay. Well, that isn't one, but it's something similar. It's saying 55C, that's why it's found it. I bet that's like the for the type of processor, I think. So it doesn't look the same as mine. It has like a load of RAM chips over this side, mine doesn't have, but it's similar sort of thing. Yeah, similar sort of thing. It doesn't have the PC133 either. £30 or $30. I might just go to the normal listings. Let's have a look. So we just go into normal listings. No, there's none for sale either. So we could say it's worth £30. I really don't know. What do you guys think? While we're at it, let's look at the Pentium as well. Just see CPU. Well, there's one there for sale at 20, but that's for sale again. We need to go back into sold listings. What we got? Oh, 15. Okay, so we have. If we think the motherboard's worth 30, I don't know because I can't find one. You guys, comments below, okay? Processor's 15, that's 45. Hard drive, 25, we've seen that, 50, 60, 70, and this is 30, so we have at least £100 worth there. I paid €15. By the time I convert the pounds to euros, if I send this stuff to the UK, well, that's €100, so it's good profit that. That isn't really worth selling. I didn't bother with that. Okay, so number one computer, I think that was a pretty good buy. Let's look at another one. Okay, so this isn't as old as the other one. It's an ATX machine, so it's a bit newer than that one, or quite a bit newer than that one. Yeah, CD-ROMs, but not DVD, so it probably has some age to it. Okay, this has 2 USBs. Graphics card with 2 VGA outputs. Sound card again. This is probably a PCI. I'm guessing that's AGP. Got a knobbly thing on there. That's fun. Not sure what it is. Okay, don't worry about it, Rich. So, yeah, let's have a look inside this one. Thinking probably P4 478 because it's the most common thing that I find. But lately, I've been wrong on a lot of occasions because I'm finding quite a lot of AMD machines. Okay, so we have. What do you think, guys? Last chance to guess. P4? No. No, not a P4. Another Pentium 2 or Pentium 3. The power supply is unplugged. You can see everything's been unplugged out of here. Everything's disconnected. No hard drive in this one. AGP graphics, as I thought. PCI sound card. PCI LAN card. Disconnect this one. Okay, so can't see any marks on this. 3 ISO slots. Nice machine, I think. Let's also dismantle this one and see what we have. Okay, it's actually still mounted on the metal plate. This came off the case easily. I should have realised this is older than a P4 because the way that this was screwed to the case, like the IO shield, it didn't sort of clip in, and that means it's an old one. So that really should have told me probably it was older than a P4. This is a... Oh, this is a 440BX. These are sought after by collectors and retro gamers. I believe that is the most popular or most sought after of the Pentium 2, Pentium 3 chipsets. This is a slot 1 machine. Okay. CPU. Is that a 533 or a 133? 512 meg cache. 2 volt. From that SL number, I can soon look it up, but hopefully this will work and it'll tell us what it is. I suspect it's the 533. I don't think they even made 133s by the time they got to this point. I thought they were all faster than that. We can see all the capacitors look good. I've just noticed that this serial port does not look good, so I'll just straighten that up before we start. This, if it is shorting, is the sort of thing that can stop motherboards from booting or can stop them from working or even cause more damage to them. Okay, so we'll just bend that straight-ish, at least it's not shorted anymore. I'm sure if I can get a plug into it, I can in effect we just tap it into shape basically. Okay, so that's that. Is there any manufacturer's name on this thing? No RAM I can see, obviously. Oh, this is a QDI motherboard. QDI Advance 5/133G. Oh, okay, so I've figured that out now. You guys are shouting at the screen. So it's going to be 533 megahertz, 512 meg cache, 133 megahertz front side bus, and 2 volts. Okay, pretty sure that's right. Right, so what came with this? Well, we have a ATI Radeon RV100. That's the first time I've ever seen one on this retro stuff. Don't think it's worth anything particularly, but that's what it is. LAN card I'm not interested in, to be honest. And another Creative ES1371. Yeah, Creative ES1371. Not a CT, whatever, but it's Creative, okay. No RAM then. I've connected a speaker. I could put the analyzer card on, but let's have a bit of fun and just see what it does with just a speaker. I'll just connect the switch though. We will want one of those. There we go. Power switch. Power on. Let's see if it starts. Yeah, it starts and it bleeps. So looks like this needs RAM. I can see that's broke just at the end of the ID connector. That's not a big deal. You can also see a couple of bent pins right next to that, but again, that's not really a big deal. You see them there, there's a couple of bent pins. Let's get some RAM. Well, here's a strip of RAM marked PC133, and this is PC133 RAM, so you'd expect that. We'll put one in this slot first. We can try the slots individually and see what they do. other way round. Okay. Let's just see if we can tell by the bleeps. No, it seems to say no RAM. Put the analyzer card in as well so we're not running totally blind. Put this in. Okay, there it is. We'll put the RAM in the next slot. I think this is a good strip of RAM, but I have plenty more of it. Okay, on. C1, that's RAM area. Go for the next one. C1, maybe it doesn't like this RAM. The double-sided one, that might be something to do with it. Okay, this is PC100, so I won't fit that. It's another 133 double-sided, but we'll try it. Okay, if you wondered, guys come to fix the satellite dish at last. If he has the key to the roof, he says. Okay. Alright, so he likes that strip. So obviously didn't like that first strip of RAM. While we're here, let's just check the other slots. Either it didn't like or the first strip was faulty. Oh, doesn't work in that slot. Okay, I'm going to clean all the RAM slots now. Let's see if we get them all working. Okay, let's try again then. Power on. It's got that slot. So that one's working. This one worked before, let's try. Yeah, it's got that slot. Okay, and the last one. Yep, it's got that one. So all the slots are working. Right, let's try the graphics card that came with it. Doesn't like the graphics card. Sure, the monitor is set to VGA, I'll just test. Yeah, it's on VGA. Doesn't seem to like the graphics card. It might not be sitting in properly. Let's just try again. Nope, doesn't like the graphics card. This dirty now. This looks quite clean actually. You see the bottom edge there. I think the slot looks okay. Try again. In fact, I'll put the monitor onto the other connector as well. Okay, that's definitely in right. Nope, doesn't like that. Last one back in here. Well, it's behaving differently. I still don't have a picture though. Oh, that's interesting that. Gives a bit of a waggle. Ah, and we've got it. So, bad connection or intermittent connection. By the looks of it, you have a picture coming out of it. No, we don't. Oh, yes, we do. Okay, so this one is working. Slightly suspect graphics card. There was no hard drive with this, so I can't boot the OS, but looks like it's a good working one. Yeah, it's kind of 2 out of 2. Pentium 533B megahertz. Not sure what the B means on there, by the way, but that's what it says. Okay, Pentium 3. It's lost the CMOS setting, so that's why it's saying it's a new CPU. I'm not too worried about that either. What I am interested to know is this one worth anything? Well, let's see. I mean, normally speaking, 440BX motherboards have some value, and QDI motherboards have some value, so a QDI 440BX could be worth some money. Advanced 5/133E, okay. Let's have a look. We'll check items for sale first. So advanced 5/133E. Does it find anything? Well, there's one there being offered at £77 from Spain, funnily enough, actually, okay. Another one being offered at £129 with a very similar processor to mine. But guys, this is what people are offering them for, does not mean what people are selling them for, as I've always said. So let's go this way. Sold. Well, nobody's bought one, not recently. So that's a difficult one to call. I still think these motherboards are probably like £80, £80, £90, somewhere in that region, to be quite honest. We can look at the graphics card while we're here. RV100. No, let's put ATI. It's a Radeon RV100 or ATI RV100. Okay. 16, 173, 16, 3. Yeah, so this is kind of like, yeah, all over the place, hard to say. Well, 2 have sold at 16, so one can assume they kind of will sell for that, so I'm going to say 16. Let's say with the motherboard. Motherboard's worth, I don't know, you guess, tell me guys. Let's say the motherboard's worth 60, but I think it's more, 76, call it 80. Yeah, I had this one before, this ES, they're not worth anything much. So creative ES 1371. Okay, went back for some reason. Try again. Yeah, 5, 10, 20. Oh, again, these are ones that have actually sold. Most of them seem to have sold around the 20 mark. That one went cheaper, but postage from Germany, that only went for £5, so who knows. I'm going to say 15, 10, 15. Yeah. So we might have about £90 worth here, plus the CPU. Okay guys, so anybody know the difference between a Pentium 3533 and a Pentium 3533B? Because I seem to have the B. Well, I do have the B. Oh, there's one there. Yeah, there's one there. Oh, it's not SL3A10, it's SL3BN. Okay. There, yeah, 12. Well, we can add that on and say we've got about £100 worth here. Okay, time to look at another one. Let's see what else we've got. And here is one more. So this has creative CD-ROM, LG DVD-ROM, LG DVD writer. So probably a little bit newer than that last one, actually, I think maybe. ATX machine. Let's have a look at the back of it. Okay, well, wrong I/O shield. There's no onboard sound on this. It's a bit interesting. So, 2 USB. The graphics card has DVI and VGA. Sound card is in there. Then we have some more USBs and the modem card. Okay, I'm sure this is going to be something newer. A bit strange. There's no onboard sound card on it. I doubt it's a Pentium 4 because I think all the Pentium 4s I've seen have onboard sound. Is this one of those pesky AMD machines again? I'm not sure, guys. Okay, comments below, put a timestamp, put your guess in, because we're going to find out. Okay, so what is it? Yeah, what is it? Wow. Wow. What is that? I can't see what socket it is from here, I'll be honest with you guys. If I can't see, you guys can't see, that's for sure. Let's get down there and see if we can have a look. Well, I'm struggling to get it to focus at that point. What is that thing? Yeah, a bit of dirt where we were trying to look, maybe. I'm going to say it's some sort of AMD machine, and then we'll take it apart and we'll find out. Oh! No, it's not some sort of AMD machine at all. It's something different. Look. Slot 1 with like a card stuck in it. This is an Intel machine. But what's that? Well, it's a one of those. So I've not seen this one before at all. DVAX2 Plus. ISA slot, 5 PCI, 1 AGP. Probably just what you'd want for a retro machine. This is a Pentium 3 for sure. Pentium 3, lots of heatsink compound on it. PGA 370. That's a slot 1 with some sort of terminator plugged into it. Not seen one of them before. I think I might have a use for that actually. I've got something here which has been here for a long time. Somebody wants me to repair, but I've not had what I needed so far. Okay, so PC133. So we got a one of those. I wonder what's been. Oh, it's a Celeron processor. Okay, fair enough. It's a Celeron. We have ATI 92588AD, ATI 9500 probably, 128 meg of RAM, or 9200, we've had them before. Another creative, yeah, CT4810, I think these are worth about £10. Little PCI USB and a PCI modem for the bin. And then we have a 15 gig hard drive, okay. Bit unusual, 15, but that's what we have. So, of course, the big question is, does it work? We're ready to try. There's no onboard video on this, so I've just put the analyzer card in for now. The RAM is what came with it. Let's see if this actually boots at all. Power on. Go. Yeah, it's going to say there's a RAM error. Quite probably the usual thing I find in these old boards, which is just bad connections in the RAM slots. There's a lot of dust there. We can try to reseat it, but normally clean them with isopropyl is the answer. So let's go again. Yeah, same. Let's just try a different slot, but I will clean them all. Okay. They don't feel very nice like when you plug them in. Okay. So let's just give these a clean. Okay, let's give that a go. No. Try the next slot. Yeah, so it's booted in that slot, so we know that this RAM is a good strip. Let's just go back to the first one again. Okay. Yeah, it's booted in that slot now as well. And we might as well try the last one. Doesn't like that one at the moment. Nope, still doesn't like this one. Okay. Error but no bleep that time. Once more, see if we can get this slot to work. No. Okay, so we can look at that one under the microscope, I think, and see if we can see any problems. Okay, just one more go. On. Ah, no, it's got it now. Okay, so all three slots are actually working. Let's try the graphics card that came with it. This graphics card has a DVI connector, so hopefully the capture card will work with it. Let's just put the capture card on. And we try again. Yep, seems to like that. And we have a picture. There. 128 meg of RAM. You can see the motherboard as it says. We can see the CPU 600 megahertz Celeron. Okay. Let's put the hard drive on with a keyboard and mouse and let's see if we can boot this. Okay, moment of truth. Will this old hard drive work? Well, it's saying press F1 to continue, so let's just continue. Now we have a keyboard. Hard drive sounds okay. Ah, Windows 98. No, error loading user.exe it's saying. And then switch off your equipment. So there's something wrong with the Windows on here, but it does work. Basically, it boots from the hard drive, so I'm quite confident the hardware is okay. Well, I guess the thing most of you want to know, or maybe you already know, is whether it's worth anything. So this is the graphics card R92LE, £25, £13, £25.90, really? 10. So this is what people are asking for these cards. 19. Okay. Is that one 200 and what? Okay, well maybe that's something different actually. Oh, 121. So people are asking sometimes lots of money for these things, but if we go to the sold listings, sold items, search. Well, one sold for £30, but there's someone offered for less than that. Okay, that sold way back in March this year, like quite a long time ago. So I don't think they actually, well, obviously they work because somebody paid that for one, yeah, but personally I think it's worth more like £10 if you tried to sell one. I think somebody just got lucky there. Okay, the sound card is a common one. I've had them before. They're usually worth about £10 these. So it's the CT4810. I mean, I didn't actually test this. Yeah, look, sold £11.99, £11.97. Oh, one sold there for £3 in auction, but with 12 of postage, £9.99. Another one sent in auction, £2.36. So I think the thing is, if you want to sell these sort of things, don't put them in auction. Yeah, that one was 5 plus 12 postage. Okay, so about a tenner. That's what I thought. I've just noticed something on the graphics card. I'll just show you guys actually as we finish this. You probably saw it already. Now, this motherboard. So this DVA-X2 Plus, I've not seen one before. I had a quick look on the internet. They seem to be made by Aza. Never heard of them. AZZA is the make. And it says it's a twin processor motherboard. But if you look through the user manual, which I did just to check out where to connect the speaker, it was a bit of a strange connection. It says that you can't put both processors in at once, so it's not a twin processor board in the sense that I would understand it anyway. But is it worth something? Well, let's see. So we'll go into the completed listings first, just to have a look. DVA-X2 Plus, and just because we're in the completed listings anyway, so why not? Well, none have sold, so nobody's buying these. That's either because A, there aren't any available for sale, or B, there are, but people are asking too much money for them, so nobody wants to pay whatever they're asking. So let's have a look. DVA-X2 Plus. Well, there's none for sale, not on eBay UK at least. So maybe we'll go with the rarity being the more influential factor rather than people not wanting to pay for them, unless they're not worth listing. That's where I found the motherboard manual, the user manual, some pictures of them. Some stuff on overclockers about them. Okay, so I seem to have found at least a fairly rare motherboard here. But the problem with that is we can't really determine if it's worth anything. I just think that motherboards like this with the slot and the socket are probably worth somewhere in the region on the collector's market of £50 to £100. Just a very broad guess. So guys, comments please. I know some of you guys really know this stuff better than me, but it's certainly worth more than I paid for the machine, that is for sure. I mentioned I'd spotted something on the graphics card. I'll just show you. So we can see that this capacitor is completely gone, and yet the thing still works. I mean, okay, I was really just going to the loading screen for Windows 98 when he said that the file was missing, the user.exe, and shut down again. But obviously that needs changing, but it's not really worth bothering with, I don't think. And the thing actually worked. That was interesting. Yeah, it actually worked. I'm just looking at this as to why it worked well. There's no inductors on here, so this is not a buck regulator. This is not a high frequency circuit. It appears to be probably have a linear regulator on here. Yeah, 3055. Oh, it's like a transistor, I think. So anyway, whatever voltage regulator on here are not switching regulators, so the capacitor is not so important, and that's probably why it worked. Okay, so not a lot of work to do today, but certainly some really interesting retro hardware. I really enjoyed exploring inside these old beige cases and finding out what's inside them. I know you guys do as well, otherwise you wouldn't be watching, hey? So we'll have some more of this next weekend. We'll have a few repair videos this week. Sorry about the stuff I was covering over this YouTube bug, which it isn't, but I felt I had to do it. Hopefully helped other creators. But this week we'll definitely see some more repairs on Learn Electronics Repair. Ciao for now, guys.